has builded her house. Did you see it again? Wisdom is an instrument of building. If you are going to build a relationship, if you are going to build a marriage, if you are going to build a home, if you are going to build a family, what you need is wisdom. You cannot build. The law is not necessary. I think that finance is not necessary. But all these things have to be galvanized and guided by wisdom. Love without wisdom will amount to foolishness. Finance without wisdom will lead to wastage. If you are going to build a marriage, if you are going to build a home, if you are going to build a family, what you need, primary need you need is wisdom. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. Every wise woman builds up her household. I'm reading from International Standard Version. Every wise woman builds up her household. Some translation will say build her home. Other translation will say build her family. But the foolish ones tear it down with her own hands. Whenever you see any family destroyed, any marriage destroyed, any being destroyed, it is not Satan primarily that destroyed it. That's what destroyed it. Foolishness. Nothing destroys marriage like foolishness. And nothing build up marriage, relationship, home like wisdom. It's unfortunate that most people don't know what wisdom is. That's why you get the definition of knowledge. What if what you know is wrong and you apply it? What if what you know is not the accurate knowledge and you apply it? What if what you know is harmful to the relationship, to the marriage, and you apply it? Well, guess what? It will be destroyed. The other day I was teaching and I said, wisdom is not application of knowledge. I know how to make bomb and I know how to detonate bomb. Then how many of you will want me to apply that knowledge in this service? Are you here? Wisdom is right application of the right kind of knowledge for human good. Wisdom is the rightful application of the right kind of knowledge for the purposes in which God has designed it. Any wisdom that goes against God's purpose is not the wisdom of God. Actually, wisdom is the application of divine purpose. Actually, wisdom is a science of divine purpose. Wisdom is application of divine purpose. If the wisdom you have is against the plan and purposes of God, the intent of God, it is not wisdom from God. It's very, very important to understand what wisdom is. I don't like most times whereby we import English dictionary definition into the Bible, because Bible has a culture of its own. Because what English definition might give to us might not be what Bible definition is. Bible has the ability to interpret itself. In fact, that's what Bible does. Bible does not contradict itself. Bible explains itself. For those of you who always look for a verse to cancel a verse, it is not biblical. It's not biblical. Bible does not cancel Bible. But Bible verse does not cancel a Bible verse. Rather, a Bible verse explains another Bible verse. Did you get that? Now, what is wisdom? Job 28:28 defines wisdom for us. Job 28:28. Is Solomon there or is sleeping? And also man, he said, behold. The word behold means understand. The fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. So what is wisdom? The fear of the Lord. What is the fear of the Lord? Please allow me to read from another version, contemporary English version of the Bible. It says, Job 28:28, from contemporary English version. It says, God told us, wisdom means that you respect me. So what is the fear of the Lord? Respect for God. Therefore, what is wisdom? Wisdom simply means respect. Another word for respect is honor. Another word for honor is value. So what is wisdom? For building lasting relationship, marriage, home, and family. Respect. Mutual respect. Husband, respect your wife. Wife, respect your husband. Children, honor your parents. Respect. Anything outside this, the marriage will break. The family will scatter. The principle of honor must be taught in every home. The principle of honor must be taught in every home. The principle of respect must be taught in every home. You know, there's this confusion that have entered the society, especially in Nigeria. You will hear something like the need of a man is respect. As if the woman does not have need to be respected. Bible never said that it's only a man that should be respected. Bible also instructs men to honor, respect their wife. If not, God will not answer their prayer. Bible did not say what will happen to a woman when she did not respect her husband. But when it came to a man, God said, if you do not respect your wife and treat her with honor, I will not hear your prayer. You see, men demand respect from their wives, but they hardly respect their wife. Treat others as you want them to treat you. It's called golden rule. Two of us. Golden rule is that you treat others as you want them to treat you. Now hear this. Also, there's another rule called rule of respect. They say respect is reciprocal. Oga, if you respect your wife will respect you. And let me also add this. If you respect yourself, people will respect you. Shall don't come and tell me my wife is not respecting me. Do you respect yourself? In the previous teachings, I showed you what will make people to respect you, including your wife. And if you look at those three things, once you become a practitioner of those three things, respect will come to you naturally. If you respect yourself, people will respect you. One of the signs of lack of wisdom is disrespect. When you see any young man that have nobody he respects, please, if you're a young girl, don't even date such a man. If you date such a man, he will abuse you. My advice to young girls that want to get married, check the man's level of respect. A man that says, I fear no one, will abuse you and will deal with you. A dog will get a better treatment than you. If a man is saying, I want to marry you, one of the things you will check out is a level of respect who doesn't respect. If you have nobody in his life that he honors and respects, danger sign. All the men are quiet. I like the quietness of the young men in this church. I'm not hearing. Pastor, where Sabi will? Listen, never you marry a man that does not have a head. The head of the man is Christ, and the man is the head of the woman. If a man does not have a head, don't marry him, because you are marrying a headless man. A headless man is a man who no get sense. A man does not have a brain. If Christ is your head, guess what is your brain? Christ. A headless man is a man without a vision, because your eyes is in your head. If blind people are working together and they are being led by a blind man, guess where they will fall? Inside the ditch. That's what Jesus said. If the blind lead the blind, they will fall inside a ditch. Most failure comes as a result in family, comes as a result of the man you married. The man is not the head because he doesn't have a head. Christ is not his head, so he does not have a head. That means he has no vision. The man is supposed to be your head, and being your head will provide vision. Vision provides direction. So the house or the home is without direction, because the man that you marry does not have a head. When you marry a man that doesn't have a head, you are marrying somebody who cannot speak for the family. What is killing our homes today is the silence of the man.
Yes, sir.
What destroyed the first family that God instituted here on earth was silence of Adam. Adam never said anything. When you marry a man without head, you are married a man without nose. A man that have no perception, he can't perceive anything. Evil will be going under his nose, he'll be looking like a moron, looking like Lucozent. When you marry a man without head, you are married a man that is deaf. Because the ear is where? In the head. As a young man, you need a head, and your head is Christ. In a nutshell, what I'm saying, don't marry a man that is not born again. You might call it an old school preaching. He say he does it, this one no dey rain again. Let's keep living. Over time, we'll find out whether it's old school or new school. And I don't like this idea that some Christians will come and tell me, look at unbelievers, they are living happily. Are you living with them? You see all this comparison. We compare unbelievers with believers. Is rubbish. And it's unfortunate that the people who are doing so are men on the pulpit who should understand better that there is no comparison between a believer and an unbeliever. Write this statement that the worst believer is still better than the best unbeliever. I say it again. The worst believer, if there is anything like that, is still far better than the best unbeliever. An unbeliever is a child of Satan. His father is Satan. When you marry an unbeliever, your father-in-law, your spiritual father-in-law is Satan. No apology to this, no apology. I know I'm live on Facebook, no apology. You can come to the comment section and say whatever you want to say. I will not respond to you. No apology. Don't come and tell me he goes to a church. Is he a believer? Not really, sure. You see, what comes back to haunt us is the lies that we tell ourselves. There is no deception greater than self-deception. The greatest deception in life is you deceiving yourself. The greatest lie in life is you lying to yourself. And can I tell you, a liar is not somebody who is ignorant of truth. A liar is somebody who knows the truth but chooses to. And when you are lying, you are not lying to people first. You lie to yourself first and convince yourself of your lies. Then you not tell others. You know he's not born again, but you are insisting marrying him. You are marrying a man without head, a headless man, a man without brain. That's why I insist in my counseling table during marriage. I insist in being born again. And I've led many people to Christ. He brought somebody and says, are you born again? I'm not born again. Are you willing to accept Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior? The problem we have is that we don't even know what marriage is. And I want to teach on that a little bit. Our physical marriage here on earth is a picture of our relationship with Christ. Do you know why divorce is not permitted by God? Some of you are looking at me strange. Divorce is permitted by men. Whatsoever God have joined together, let no man put asunder. That means that our relationship with Christ was joined by God. For those of you who always say you will lose your salvation, when you come for marriage and say whatsoever God have joined together, let no man put asunder. So how dare you think that what God have joined, God joined you and Christ, that you, even you, are you not a man? That you can put asunder. King Banada, I'm preaching well. Very well, sir. Preaching well. How do you think you can separate yourself from Christ? What shall separate us from the love of Christ? When you understand your relationship with Jesus, your relationship and marriage will work. About this one, you are saying, pata will go to court. You don't understand your relationship with Jesus. Jesus will never divorce you. Yeah. Douglas, you are about to go into trouble zone. Are you ready for this trouble? Sorry, I came from the other side. You know that's where they worry me, don't they start? Yeah. Can I tell you what is going on in my mind now? Kene Gaba. Why will a man put his wife away? On what ground should a man put his wife away? On the ground of adultery. Some people say it's not adultery that is there, it's fornication. Okay, let's take the two. That's not what I'm preaching today. But let's take the two. Question I want to ask you. Everyone look at me. Will Christ put you away on the basis of adultery? A woman was caught in adultery. Did Christ put her away? We don't even understand what Christ was saying. It's a subject of another. I want you to think, Salah. Think. Meditate. Let it sink and be quiet. You see, if you are going to build relationship, marriage, family, the principle or the principles of wisdom must be taught to you. Like I'm saying, we don't understand what marriage is. First and foremost, marriage was not a man's idea, it was God's idea. Adam never requested, God, this garden, I'm just alone, or send somebody. It was not Adam's idea, it was God's idea. Consulting people on your marriage matter is an error. You can only consult people who represent God. Some people will prefer, Douglas, you don't come again. Okay, let me ask you. If your phone, and everybody in Africa, we almost worship phone. Our phone get more response than our spouse and our children. Get more funding. Get better treatment than even God. Please, are you still here? Okay, should I not go to where I'm going? Let's leave it. Now, what is marriage? Please, everyone, look at me. What is marriage? Our physical marriage is a revelation of our relationship with Christ. That means our physical marriage mirrors or reveals the quality of our relationship with Christ. So whatever that happened in your relationship and in your marriage reveals your level of understanding of your relationship with Christ. If you understand this, you should always ask yourself, before you take any decision in your marriage, what I'm doing now, will Christ do the same? Before you say, I will not forgive her, ask yourself, if I'm the one doing this, will Christ say, I will not forgive you? My wife knows that she has unlimited forgiveness from me. You didn't hear what I said? I told her while we were dating that there is nothing you will do that will make me refuse to forgive you. Because what I have with Christ is unlimited forgiveness. It's not that I don't feel like not forgiving her. Sometimes I feel like not forgiving her. But I realize that I am forgiving in an unlimited way. Now remember, during our Lord's Prayer, Jesus said, listen to Jesus. How many of you know Jesus is the wisdom of God? Now listen to the wisdom of God. Jesus said, when you pray, our Father who art in heaven, forgive us as we forgive. But when he died and atoned for our sin and brought unlimited forgiveness for us, you will never see forgive others. For God forgive us as we forgive others. No. What you will see is that forgive others as Christ has forgiven you. So how do you forgive others? As Christ has forgiven you. Question, did Christ forgive you temporarily? Did he forgive you and say, I have forgiven you but I will not forget? I have forgiven you 3 times. This time I will not take it. You see, when you understand your relationship with Christ and allow it to permeate into your relationship with people, with your wife or with your husband, let me tell you, there is no way your marriage will break. Because what you entered with Christ is unbreakable relationship. Some of you are looking at me. As you are not what you're supposed to be, and Christ is still loving you. 2 of us. Now, are you aware that listen to the wisdom of God called Christ talking? He said through Paul, husband, love your wife as Christ loved the church. How did Christ love the church? Was the church perfect when he loved them? While we are yet sinners, Christ. Oh, don't tell me my wife is doing certain things that are annoying me. The love that Christ has for you is unconditional. How do you love your wife as Christ loved the church? So the love you should have for your spouse is unconditional. Please, everyone, look at me, look at me, look at me, especially young men. Look at me. If you don't understand agape, don't ever go to propose to any girl. You will wreck the home and accuse the girl she's a witch. Every young man must take a course on Agape 101. You see all these things you read on Facebook, they don't make Bible sense. 10 steps, 10 things a woman should know, 10 things a woman should do so that the husband will love her better. It's not in the Bible. Do. So your wife is now Chelsea. She needs to win match for you to love her. Then you are not a husband, you are a fan. 10 things a woman should do so that the husband will. How many of you that don't teach step? Step to where? I've already arrived. I'm in Christ. 10 steps. 10 things a woman will do to win the heart of the. When we came to Christ, we didn't even come to Christ. Christ came to us. Can I tell you, as a young man, love is not feminine. Love is masculine in the Bible. Bible says that love is of the Father.
Yes, sir.
When he talk about love, he said, this woman thing, this woman, our guy is not, love is not a woman thing, it's a man thing.
Oh my God.
That's the idea that young men, if they see sports magazine, Chelsea and this, give me that one. Liverpool, give me that one. When they now see a magazine written, love affair is not for them, it's for women. You hear, let me buy it for my sister. Let me buy it. Can I tell you, never you marry a man that lack understanding, basic understanding of what it means to love. Agape is a must for you as a young man. If you don't understand agape, never you propose to any girl. That you are having a biological reaction does not mean you should propose. Salah! Shoot the mosquito! Mushibushi, Sawasaki, Samsung. I'm not speaking in tongue. Are you still here? Christ is our wisdom. All the young men are very quiet. 3 steps. Then you hear in the married man will say, darling, come and sit down and listen to this preacher. He's telling you 3 steps. So your wife has to perform for you to love her. No, you are not a fan because the fan need to be entertained. If Chelsea score a goal, Chelsea is the best football club. If Chelsea did not score a goal, you hear the Blues, yeah, the Blues. Okay, hear me. Let your love not be like football fans' love. You are to love your wife not as you like, not as you feel, not as you want, not as your tradition says. You have to love your wife as Christ loved the church. So before you propose to any girl, the requirement is that you go and find out how Christ loved the church. How did Christ love the church? While we were yet sinners. So your wife don't need to be perfect for you to love her. You know some of the things some of you are saying, I have not find a wife yet. I'm looking for a perfect girl. Can I talk to you? Some of the things you are giving as a reason, as a young man, why the reason for not marrying a girl, is something that with good cash you can fix. With love in your heart and good cash you can fix. She doesn't know how to cook. What does it take to know how to cook? Send her to Mama Osim. Hey, Mama Osim, I can write the concentrated afan soup list recipe and collect my own. Or send her on IT at Reki's Kitchen. 3 months IT. I promise you, in 1 month, you have a good chef. He said, the reason the girl does not know how to cook. The reason you are not here, man, is that you don't understand this thing called love. Well, I've not seen it anywhere in the Bible. In fact, most times we read the Bible, it seems as if it's the men that are doing the cooking. You say, hey, my wife does not know how to organize the house. Send her to Sweller's event. They will show her how to put flower on this side, put it on that side, arrange it. You see bouquet, you people call it bouquet. Bouquet, different bouquet. She doesn't know how to drive. Silas is here. Play Silas. You have a driver. If you don't want her to drive, pay a driver. Can I tell you, when there is love, there is a way. Love will always find a way. Love does not love the lovable. The love of Christ did not love the lovable. The love of Christ loved the unlovable. Please permit that English. And made them lovable.
Yes.
The love of Christ did not love the perfect. He loved the imperfect and perfected them. Bible said that love covereth multitude of sin. So if there is love in your heart for her, you will not see so many things you are seeing. You know why there is divorce? You know why marriages don't last? You know why there is separation? Lack of understanding of agape. If you understand how Christ loved you, loving your wife will not be difficult. You know what Bible says? Bible says specifically, husband, love your wife. Can I be honest with you? God Almighty is wisdom personified. He knows that women can do foolish things. Please, keep quiet. God knows that women will make mistakes. Oh, didn't you read in Proverbs chapter 14 that the wise woman builded her house, but the foolish one plucked it out? How are you trying to tell me? There are 2 kinds of women on earth: the wise one and the foolish one. There are 2 kinds of virgin: wise virgin, foolish virgin. They are all virgins. For those of you who want to marry virgins, make sure the one you are marrying is wise. Are you still here? God knows that your wife will commit so much error. He knows. Yet he said, the only way out of it is love. Daddy way they pamper, daddy way they bless. Listen, if you understand the love of God, if truly you understand the love of God, most of the problem that is in your home as a man, you will fix it. As I'm growing older, there are some nonsense I could not take when I was younger. Growing older has nothing to do with growing older in age. Growing older in the Lord has to do with the revelation of the word. Grow in grace. Revelation. As I am getting more revelation, there are things I could not take. Now I can easily take them. Bible says that you increase in knowledge of his love. That we increase in the knowledge of his love. If there's any increase you need now, is increase of the knowledge of the love of God. Nothing will make a marriage to last long like these two things: wisdom and the love of God. Wisdom. Most times we struggle in our relationship, in our marriage, is due to lack of knowledge of the love of God. If we understand the love of God, most of the things we call problem will not be problem. How did Christ love us? He loved us while we were yet sinners. And he didn't stop loving us when we accepted him. He continued to love us, and his love is unconditional. Can I tell you, there is nothing you will do that will make God to stop loving you. He said, I have loved you with an everlasting love. How long is everlasting? What is the duration of everlasting? That means there is nothing you will do in time that will cancel everlasting love, that will make him to cease loving you. Do you know that God equally spoke in the book of Jeremiah? He said, until the covenant he had with day and night can be broken. That's whereby he will stop loving you and showing you loving kindness. As long as I'm concerned, there will be tomorrow. Even if we say there will be no tomorrow, there will be tomorrow. So his love and his kindness towards you is unfailing. They are new every morning. Every morning he gave you a new dose. Some of you have even said, God, in fact, I will leave you. I will leave you. There's a song choir used to sing. When they sing that song, I feel like leaving my body. And I feel like, yeah. That song that say overwhelming love of God. You keep chasing after me. You see, the love is reckless. Then when you add the Chinwo to it, you finish me. Jesus, you love me too much. It's not even too much. It's something too much. Excess love. Paul put it this way in Greek: promiscuous love. Let me say it in Nigerian broken English, Ashawo kind of love. The love that gives, ayagaya, he gives to everybody. The love that does not discriminate. Oh no, that one off now. Sorry, I came with my grace cap. Love that does not know, but anywhere you go, he will follow you. The love that can save you from the guttermost to the uttermost. Anywhere. Some of you have said, Jesus, I leave this church. You stay at home, Jesus will still come. Love that keeps chasing after you. That's the kind of love we want us to have for our spouse. That's the kind of love, unconditional. Sir, when you have made up your mind that you will love your wife unconditionally, listen to me, that relationship will last till he comes. Even devil will whisper to all the demons, say, all the demons from his father's house and his mother's house, come here. All the demons from the in-laws also come. We are going to have a meeting. You see, this man is our problem. The man have made up his mind that he's going to be like Jesus Christ. So let's not waste our resources on him. Let's go somewhere. Because this one, Are you still here? Wisdom for building lasting relationship is respect. And everybody listen to me. The root of respect is love. You can't respect what you don't love and admire. Love provokes respect. That's what Bible says to the man. Love your wife. Then wife, submit. Submission is a response to love. Once there is love, naturally submission will occur. Once a woman senses love, you obey easily someone that loves you. You obey easily. I always like seeing two people who want to get married. You will see the guys maybe button will fall. You say, where's my button? The guy will say, where's my button? He says, see it over there. The guy, he said, no, don't worry, let me pick it for you. My wife will say how he wish that courtship and honeymoon will continue in marriage. But it looks as if as the people go to the moon, they return without the honey. They left the honey in the moon. So that's why sometimes we need to send them back to the moon to come back with the honey, so that the marriage will sweet everywhere. Marama. Please listen to me, everybody. The timekeeper have given me that I have 5 minutes more. And all I've been saying is introduction. It's not that I want to start preaching. Please listen to me, everybody. Once there is a sense of love, a woman feels a sense of being loved, submission flows naturally. Because respect is a response to love. Don't demand respect from a woman you don't love. Your love is not yet sure of your love. Thus I love the Lord thy God with all thy might, with all thy strength. All love. What's the second commandment? Thou shalt love your neighbor as yourself. How many of us know that no human being have ever kept that commandment? No human being could keep it. Jesus said the summary of all the whole commandments is in these two things. And nobody could keep it. Why? Because man always doubts God's love. So God had to demonstrate his love. So we love God and obey God today is because he first loved us. Our obedience comes from the sacrifice of Christ. When you see people in church not obeying Christ, it's because they don't understand the finished work of Christ. If you understand Calvary, obedience becomes easy. If somebody can love you to that point of dying, what is it that is requiring of you you cannot do? So again, you want your wife to submit to you, love her unconditionally. When she's cooking and burn the soup, don't shout, you are wasting my money. Resources. Just say, darling, is well. Is well. Can I tell you, correction is taken when the correction comes with love. He that the Father loveth comes first before chastising. Love her first. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Please, we must learn this thing. Don't demand submission from your wife whereby your wife is sensing bitterness and hatred. Love her unconditionally. She will submit to you. Once a woman senses love, submission becomes natural. Okay, to the woman. Is that how they say it in a church and declaration during marriage? To the woman. Women, are you here?
Yes, we are.
Women, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Write this statement down. A woman's wisdom is known and displayed in the place of submission to her own husband. A woman's wisdom is known and displayed in the place of submission to her own husband. To her own husband. How do we know a wise woman? We know a wise woman by how she treats her husband. How a woman treats her husband reveals her level of wisdom. Hey, Papa Buka, hey, Papa Teka, hey, stop that. You are just displaying your level of wisdom. How many of you know that foolishness is always loud? Not just loud, lousy. Wisdom is always quiet. It is an empty drum that makes the loudest noise. A drum that is full, has content, will always operate in silence. And can I tell you, silence is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. All powerful things are silent and secretive. Why is poison powerful? It cannot easily be detected. So the moment you begin to be loud and lousy is a sign you are lacking in wisdom. I will give you what you want. I will give you what you want. I will disgrace you today. You, this man, I will disgrace you. Man, you are not disgracing him. You are showing your neighbors how foolish you are. Women are not smiling. For a home to be built, wives must understand that submission is an act of wisdom, while rebellion and insubordination are acts of foolishness. Submission to your husband is a great display of wisdom. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 to 23. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 to 23. Wives, submit yourself unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. What for? Is telling you, because the husband is the head of the wife. So when a woman is not submitting, that woman has become a headless woman, a woman without brain. Because if the head is off, where the head is, that's where the brain will be. So when you say you are not submitting, you have disconnected yourself from, because you're dealing with your head. Be a senseless woman, a woman wey no get sense. And if God want to talk, when you talk nonsense. When a woman refuses to submit to her husband, it is simply because she does not understand that the husband is the head. And when you refuse to submit to the head, that means you don't get head. And when you don't have head, guess what has happened to you? You have become blind. Because the eyes is where? When you refuse to submit to your head, you have become dumb and deaf. You can't talk, you can't hear. You see, submission gives you access to vision. Submission gives you access to ability to hear God. Submission gives you access to speak in the place of prayer. Listen, when Eve made a mistake, God did not go to Eve to ask Eve any question. He went to Adam. Because Adam is the head. All these women that claim they hear from God and their husband is not hearing from God, let's check it out. I know I'm on Facebook. God help your son. I'm teaching well. All these women that are hearing from God. Adam has seen, at the worst state of Adam, God still didn't go to the woman, he went to the man. Now, how is it that you are the only one hearing, your husband is not hearing? All those things are arrogancy and subverting the authority of your husband. You say, God told me, and God did not tell your husband. The husband is saying, don't have. He said, God, I've already told me that I should have. So when did God now start bypassing head? And put the ear on the laps, on the shoulder. As bad as Eli was, God spoke to Samuel. He took Eli to be able to help Samuel to understand what God is saying. I know where you go. What if my husband is not born again? He does not. There are many people who are in a position of authority, who are in a position of headship. They are not born again. God still spoke to them. E.g. Pharaoh. Don't come and use. Let me just tell you. This traveling is very, very important. The angels appear to me in the night and tell me to go. Where your husband is saying, don't go. If your husband has spoken, God also has spoken. And the word husband means Lord, master, my owner. Husband means my owner. Now, when you say this is my husband, you from that day you cease to own yourself. The problem is that women are married to a husband or husbands, but they don't understand what husband means. Now, do you have a husband? Yes. Then why are you acting as if you're your own owner? Imagine my car telling me that he wants to drive himself to the road. No be accident. They want to do things by you are married. You want to do your own thing, your own stuff. You don't understand what it means to be married to a husband. A husband is the one that owns you. Some of you are saying, how can my husband own me? Didn't he pay that? He said, please help me. Continue to receive. If you understand, and that's why I'm telling every young man, don't collect wife on loan. Pay fully. Pay. Don't accept cohabiting. And young girl, don't accept to be an IT wife. Demand that they pay fully. But remember, what let's check, is he really married? They don't pay dowry. The man does not own you. Then you're wondering why your wife is misbehaving. Dowry. Your own spirit is not your own. So all those demons, they know. Don't tell me my wife is mommy water. Can I tell you, even if your wife join court, drink blood in a court, as a husband, you have rights to override it. There are things I will be teaching from next month that will help women. The authority, spiritual authority of your husband. Your husband serves as a priest, as a prophet over your life. That even if you are binding yourself with an oath in your father's house, that oath can be nullified by your husband, not even a pastor, your husband. Even if you have sworn an oath, even if you have done a blood covenant, your husband can stand and say, this will not stand in this house. You know why? He's your owner. And that's why you have to submit to him. And whenever you refuse to submit to the authority of your husband, this power he has cannot be exercised accurately on your behalf. That's why some women are wondering why certain things happen to them. Are you aware that the actual person who killed Rachel was Jacob? Oh, you didn't know? Rachel, the only thing he could take from his father's house was no money, was juju. He carried the juju. When they came to search, Jacob said, anybody who have collected this juju will die. Rachel sat there, can't come. They searched, she refused to stand up. By the time they moved, getting to a particular point, labor started. She died because it was the utterance of the husband. As a husband, you carry authority. And let me say this, no husband should exercise this authority negatively against the wife. You should exercise it on her behalf against the enemy. But if you are not submissive to your husband cannot exercise this authority on your behalf, because you cannot resist or rebuke any act of disobedience until your own obedience is complete. A wife ought to submit to her own husband as unto the Lord. A wife ought not to submit to her husband as she feels like. I don't feel like submitting to this man. This man, I don't feel like this man here. This man here, this man, I don't feel like submitting. No. It's not as she feels. Not as she likes. Not when she wants. Rather, she ought to submit to her own husband as unto the Lord. As unto the Lord. Now that phrase, as unto the Lord, changed everything. Everybody listen. As unto the Lord means the following: that she should submit to her husband as if she's submitting to Christ. This is because Christ is a wife's first husband. If you're a woman here, say, Christ is my husband. Say it now. You are afraid to say it. Are you not the people that are saying, I am married to Jesus, said, leave me alone? My husband is coming. Now I'm telling you, Christ is your first husband. Your physical husband is a representation of Christ in that marriage. So whatever a woman does to her husband, she's doing it directly to Christ. Let me say this, I don't care your level of spirituality and congregation. I don't care how close you think you are to God. I don't care if you think you are the auntie of Jesus Christ. If you find it difficult to submit to your husband, it's a sign that you don't submit to Christ. I don't care how long you pray. The proof of your submission to Christ, the proof of your submission to Christ should be seen in your submission to your husband. Because you submit to your husband as unto Christ. As unto Christ. I don't care how many times you bow before a man of God as a woman. Daddy, God bless you. Daddy, God bless you. Daddy, God bless you. Daddy, God. I don't care. The proof of your spirituality as a woman is displayed in the place of submission. As you see me, I don't take nonsense from any guy. Every young girl here, please listen to me. Start learning act of submission. So because of what social media is teaching young girls now, what do they call it? Feminism, isn't it? Feminism. As you see me, I'm a feminist. I will not take any rubbish from a man. Okay, continue. Your submission to your husband is a revelation of your submission to Christ. When you rebel against your husband, you are rebelling against Christ. Christ is your first husband. Isaiah chapter 54, verse 5. Isaiah 54, verse 5. For thy maker is thy husband. Who is your husband? Now your maker is invincible now, so he placed someone to represent him. Then you are insulting the person up and down. Any insult by a wife to her husband is direct insult to God. You didn't hear what I said. Any insult by a wife to her husband is a direct insult to God. He said, is this one a man? Is this one a man? Please, everyone, listen to me. If truly you submit to Christ as a wife, you will submit to your husband. The proof of your submission, the proof of your submission to Christ is your submission to your own husband. That's how God sees it. God sees your submission to Him through your submission to your husband, because your husband represents Him in that marriage. So anything you do to your husband, guess who you are doing it to? Guess who you are doing it to? You are doing it to Christ. But my husband is not Christ. Who put him there? Refusing to submit to your husband, and indirectly what you are saying, Christ have refused to submit to you. Is the church not subject to Christ? Is the church not subject to Christ? The church is subject to Christ. Like my wife, be subject to your husband. Let me also say this. As something God means that you submit to your husband, it's time to submit to Christ. If truly you understand what it means to submit to Christ, submitting to your husband will not be difficult. You don't own yourself. You belong to your husband. As a woman, you can never go into error when you understand that your husband is your owner. Okay, can you imagine? Mom, you see, my car started driving itself. the car started rolling. Which will shout? People will be shouting, "Where's pastor? Hey, who's driving this car? Hey!" Then will they be shouting? An accident is about to occur. When a woman refuses to submit to her own husband, an accident is danger, is disaster that is about to occur. There's no two ways about it. As a woman, when you refuse to submit to your own husband, you go into error. If my car start rolling down, driving itself, please, if you know anything about driving, guess what is the problem? There is what? Brake failure. How many of you will want a car that has no brake? You say all these submission men are preaching now. This pastor is preaching is controlling. Yeah, I don't want to be under any man's control. If you don't want to be under any man's control, don't get married. I repeat, if you don't want to be under any man's control, don't get married. Stay single. Once they pay dowry on your head, you are no longer your own. You will be controlled. I don't want anybody to control me and order me about in the name of marriage. Marriage is for women that want to be controlled. If you want to be out of control, don't get married. But if you get married, you're under control. Because love will constrain you. What is constraint? What is another word for constraint? Control. Love will control you. If a man loves you, he will control you. And if you don't want to be under control, you will be out of control. And the car that is out of control will always end up in a ditch or killing somebody. So a woman that lacks submission is a woman that is out of control, and is a woman that is heading to disaster. I thank God we don't have much women in this church. Please better listen to wisdom. Submit to your own. It's simple because as a man, you want to display hypocrisy. You must fiber. You say, God bless you, sir. You don't say, man, God bless you, sir. You come back to be born tiger. It's called hypocrisy. Whatsoever you cannot do in the secret, if you do it in the open, is hypocrisy. Everybody stand. Hey, oh, Lord, we bless your name. 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 Lord, we worship you. Lord, we worship you. Lord, we bless your name. Lord, we bless your name. Lord, we praise you now. Lord, we bless your name. Oh, Lord, we bless your name. Lord, we bless your name. Join us to worship you. Lord, we bless your name. Lord, we bless your name. your name. Lord, bless your name. Lift up your hand. Say, my Father, my God, I receive the instruction of wisdom. Grant me the grace to put this wisdom into use. Open your mouth and make it to be your prayer. Neda Maya, Lobe Siete, Maya Degede, Ilabrado Senana, Chile, Maya, Degede, Sikiete, Degade, Igabrade, Deganda, Elima Degede. Hey! Site, Aganda, Degade, Lord, we receive grace. We receive grace upon grace to be able to run with this system. Lord, we receive grace. Sito, Jana, Dagada, Negade, Slow, Dayana, Negade, Sakwaka, Lord, we bless your name. Thank you for what you have done. Thank you because you are awesome. Thank you for the release of your wisdom. Thank you for instruction. Lord, of our own strength, we will not be able to do this, but we ask for your grace. We ask for your enabling power to come upon every hearer. Lord, those who are hearing on sites and online, Lord, we ask that you empower them. Lord, we ask that you empower them. Every argument, every struggle in the mind, Lord, we command that struggle to be put down by the leading of the mind through the revelation of your word that have come to us tonight. Thank you, Abba Father, in Jesus' mighty name. Say, I have received wisdom. Therefore, I will walk by wisdom in Jesus' mighty name. Let's celebrate Christ. Be seated. Be seated.